What's up, guys? Figured a little talking video. Even my voice is still kind of messed up from being sick. But what's new? I've always got like a scratchy, raspy voice anyway. Oh, look at this butterfly. Random. Just watching a pretty cool Lethwei video. I'll link it in the description of this video. Been pondering about getting back into some kind of martial arts practice. The only problem is, whenever I start kicking, my back pain comes back. Now, the last, I would say, 4 years of my serious martial arts journey, I had pretty awful joint pains in general. Like, I was just, my whole body felt like it was falling apart, you know? When you forge yourself for so long, you know, try to turn your body into freaking tempered steel, toughen yourself up. Sometimes you fucking leave it in there too long, start overheating, you know what I mean? The metal starts cracking. And I did all kinds of stuff. Strength training, yoga. This lady did, she was a student of mine, did Yamana body rolling. And that thing helped a lot with just getting me back in touch with my body and kind of training my fascia and mind muscle connection and stuff, breaking up old scar tissue. But it just got to the point where it was too much, man. Like, how much time does one have in a day? I was already training. Here's the thing. I think a lot of people underestimate how much work goes into, you know, attempting to master something. For about 7 years, I put everything I had into martial arts, to the point where I was pretty much, I gave up everything else. I wasn't dating. I was barely hanging out with friends on the weekends. All I did was train and teach and study, you know? At one point I was essentially, other than, you know, I had a full-time job, of course, to survive, I would have basically just go to work, and I would bicycle to work for some extra cardio. I would freaking teach maybe 2 or 3 hours of classes, participate in the adult class myself for an hour, I would probably do about 30 minutes to an hour more of my own training at the freaking gym at the dojang, go home, eat dinner, and then go train again for another 1-2 hours, followed by like 2 or 3 hours of yoga and Yamana body rolling. So what is that, guys? Like freaking, like, not even counting the teaching, what is that, like 2, 3, 4 minutes, like fucking 7 hours of training a day. You know what I mean? That is like a full-time job, in addition to actually having a full-time job. I think that's what really tore me down. It was just like the amount of work and maintenance that I couldn't keep up with after a while, you know. But I'd like to get into it again. at a like smaller scale, you know what I mean? I try not to take anything too seriously in my life at the moment because I realized, that I sacrificed so much to get good at this one thing. And in the end, it seemed like that wasn't even a wise decision to make. You know what I mean? It was like, I missed out on so much, you know? So at one point I was like, you know what? Let me start dating. Let me start, hanging out with people. Let me start being a regular ass human being and experience actual life. You know what I mean? I think that was the best decision of my life, probably. Is to just chill the fuck out. And I'm sharing this because I feel like a lot of people, especially young men nowadays, get so monomaniacal. Is that a word? Probably. They get so serious about like one thing. There's a lot of men that are so driven that they'll sacrifice everything for like the pursuit of whatever they're into. And I don't know, man. Is it worth it? It was definitely an experience that I enjoyed, and it seemed worthwhile. But at the same damn time, it's like, again, like I just said, after a while, I was like, what am I doing? Am I even human anymore? I literally couldn't relate to anybody around me because I had transformed myself into this, like, embodiment of martial arts or whatever. I didn't even feel human anymore, you know what I mean? So, like, is it worth it? I don't know, man. In hindsight, maybe not. I don't regret doing it. It was definitely pretty fascinating to live that life for a while, but I don't know, man. In some ways, I feel like it stunted my growth as a person, and I'm having to catch up. So, I don't know. That's my experience. My advice is like, chill the fuck out. There's dudes that all they do is go to the gym. I'm talking about climbers. I'm talking about fucking weightlifters, whoever. And women do this too. It's not only a male problem. And I don't know, man. I think it's a self-destructive behavior at the end of the day. But it's hard to say anything because it's like, if you're really into it, then that's what you're gonna do. Like, nobody's gonna stop you. You might just have to learn this freaking lesson the hard way yourself. But my advice, man, is to really chill the fuck out. Nothing in life is, in my opinion, serious enough to fucking, Well, what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to, like, kind of wrap this up, and I'm trying to conclude this with some kind of fucking wise, broad statement. I don't know, just don't take shit so seriously, guys. You know what I mean? Try to experience life in all of its facets, Broaden your freaking experiences. Don't narrow yourself. We're humans. We're not freaking insects. We're not like ants or like bees. We don't have to. We shouldn't have to get so specific. And narrow our freaking field of experience to this like one little fucking niche. We should allow ourselves to experience all kinds of things. And thank God You know, I'm freaking married now, and I got friends to hang out with, and I've traveled and this and that. You know, if I was still doing the same shit I was doing, 7 years ago or whatever, I don't know, man. I don't know where I'd be right now. Probably just be fucking depressed. I'd probably be fucking depressed. I definitely did feel depressed for the end of it, which is what made me kind of snap out of it, so to speak. So, just my experience, guys. Don't get so caught up on one single thing. It is necessary, in some cases to hyper-focus yourself. But don't forget about the rest of, existence. Just a fucking thought I had. Golly. Grab some fucking water. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this. Y'all take care. Don't forget to live fucking life, dude. Peace out. One more thing to add as I go on my lunch break walk here. I always like to make these videos kind of a stream of consciousness, because I feel like that's when the real shit comes out, Then I'll listen to it afterward and, try to think, did I miss anything? Did I misspeak? Stand by what I said, but I do want to add this. I'm not trying to dissuade anybody from trying really hard to master something. But let me tell you this. When I was young, I used to think that life was short. Now that I'm getting older, and I realize life is actually pretty freaking long, and my quality of life now is essentially the same as when I was in my 20s. And I realized that I kind of rushed myself through my martial arts life. Here comes this truck going by. But yeah, there really is no rush. I think I thought that life would be practically over at the age of 25. I would just all of a sudden just age and become decrepit. But ironically enough, it was the rushing, because I thought I was gonna get old and not be able to, accomplish what I want to accomplish in martial arts. It was that thought that caused me to become, decrepit or injured constantly, and making me unable to continue at the level, that I was or whatever. It's all up in here, guys. But the reality is, I'll be turning 34 soon. I'm still fucking good to go. I'm healthier as ever. You know what I mean? Pursuing climbing now. Having fun with that. And otherwise, living the rest of my life. I know I only really share climbing or strength training related shit on this channel, but that's a very small fraction of my life. So take your time, guys. If you're fortunate enough to not die in some fucking freak accident or whatever, contract some fucking disease, You got plenty of time in your life to accomplish whatever the fuck you want to. Whether it's related to like the physical self or mental or spiritual or whatever, man. You got all the time in the damn world to develop yourself as a human being. And I'll end it there. Y'all take care. Peace out.